Hey, I'm doing something a little different today. I'm not going to sing, just going to talk a little bit. When I was growing up, uh, we used to have a running joke that you never ask God for patience. Because if you ask God for patience, He'll give it to you. And it was a joke, but the more I've grown up, the more I've gone through tribulation, the more I continue to go through tribulation in my own personal life, I realize that patience is a treasure, that we're all going to have tribulation. We're all going to go through this. The question is, are we going to come out of it with something valuable? Or are we just going to come out of it with a bitter spirit? Because tribulation can cause bitterness. And I'm sure I could do a Bible study on that and show you exactly how that's true. But if you go through the tribulation with a mindset that God is putting you through this for a purpose, then you end up learning that out of it you get something valuable in something called patience that just it's an invaluable thing. Then of course it leads to other things that are also valuable. I'll show you that real quick. I'm in Romans 5, actually. Romans 5, verses 3, 4, and 5 here. And it says, "And not only so, but we glory in tribulation also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. And hope maketh not ashamed, because the love of God is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Ghost, which is given unto us." So ultimately, tribulation, if you let it, will work patience in you. It will make you patient. It'll make you learn to wait on God instead of making stupid decisions to disobey God. It'll teach you to wait. And then that wait, when God proves Himself in that tribulation and shows you the truth, and shows you that He's bigger than all of this, you gain experience. So now you've seen God do what God does. And now you have experience. And then that experience gives you hope, because then you know the next time you go through tribulation, you know what to hope for because you've seen it before. And then 1 Peter tells us that patience is just one of the line of things that we need in our lives. It says here, "And beside this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to your virtue knowledge, and to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience, and to patience godliness, and to godliness brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness charity." Now we can get into charity. That's in 1 Corinthians 13. It talks all about that. But patience is just one in a line of things that build the Christian soul into something amazing. And I'll show you one more thing. That was, by the way, in 2 Peter 1 verses 5. I'm sorry, 1 verses, 5, 6, and 7. And this is in James. I lost my spot. This is in James chapter 1, verse 3 and 4. There's James 1, 3, and 4, which says, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So ultimately, according to this, patience can actually make you content. Because patience itself allows you to become complete in God, so that you have no need, you have no want, you're not missing anything. You're complete. I mean, we'll never be complete in this lifetime. We'll never be sinless, perfect, not in this lifetime, but we have the ability to feel a completeness in God that allows us to want nothing, to know that God provides everything. But we have to let patience have her perfect work. We have to be careful not to jump into decisions and do things, take things in our own hands and out of the hands of God. Because when we do that, we tend to be disobedient to His word. And through disobedience, we then start to open up a lot of other problems. So patience has been on my mind this morning. And I just wanted to make this comment because there's a lot of Christianisms out there that I remember from growing up that were wrong. And they really messed with me. And I would believe these things, and of course, through believing them, they shaped my thinking and shaped my life in some ways. So I'm putting this out there for anybody who might be interested in listening and hearing that patience, it's more than a virtue. It's a fruit, but it's also a gift, a treasure in our hearts that we must build, but it has to be built through tribulation. It can't be built any other way.